marginal cost, and I'm claiming that all, first, by the constant cost, this is an oversimplified model at first. But I'm assuming that all corn farmers like have the same costs of making corn, which of course is absolutely wrong. But I'm assuming that all corn farmers have at least similar costs of making corn, and that their costs, their average cost and their marginal cost look like this. And the place that's coming from is each corn farmer uses a combination of labor and capital to make their corn. Some do it more labor intensive, some sort of have cheaper workers if they have like lots of farm hands around. Some do it in a more capital intensive manner, but they all sort of end up making their corn. This graph here leads to some version of a total variable cost of corn there. And so, which goes up for a while, steeper for a while, then gets less steep. And so the marginal cost is the slope of this. So where the place I'm getting this right here is the slope of this, which I usually throw up with like some kind of revenue curve too, which comes from the demand curve. It comes from this, the total variable cost, which comes from, we've got a production function for corn. Some of us sort of use more labor making corn, some of us use more capital making corn, but we produce the corn. And that's where the marginal cost comes from. And then the average cost is the change in dollars over the total the total quantity divided by the total. Total dollars divided by the total quantity is the average. And it always takes this shape where marginal hits it at its lowest level, because essentially if the average is falling, the next unit of corn you make must be cheaper than the average. The moment sort of the average starts going up, it must be going up, because it wouldn't rise unless the next unit you made was more expensive than the one before it. As long as the next one you made is cheaper than the one before it, even if marginal cost is rising, the average will fall. That's why it looks like that, because even as the marginal is rising, the average will keep falling, because the next unit you make is still cheaper than the one before it. You add one cheaper one to the rest of them together, it still gets cheaper. That's why I keep drawing it like this, where the marginal always cuts the average at the lowest point. But the fantasy I'm on is sort of that all corn farmers have the same cost structure. And that would be something called the constant cost industry. It's a good simple model to understand how things adjust. If everything stays the same, when the price goes up, more demand, firms will adjust, and they'll keep adjusting until they get back to the original price. What drives that idea is that it's easy to enter this industry. So if firms see there's profits to make, good profits to make, and it's easy to enter, they'll keep entering. It might take 1 season, it might take 4 seasons, depending on how long it takes them to figure out that there's still profits to make. The reason you don't really get to this long run in many industries is because along the way, you're moving toward a long run and 16 other things happen. And one of the things that happened was that they didn't expect the severe recession causing a drop in demand. So yes, in 2009, after corn farmers made lots of money, they lost a lot of money in 2009. They planted a lot of corn above